Hello, everybody. Hello, how are you? I am happy to welcome you to Brand Institute of Forensics and Security. I am happy that you are with us today, and I am happy that we shall be learning together. My name's Mr. Wayne Shikumu Magani. I am a director at Brand Institute of Forensics and Security. Equally, I am an accomplished security manager and security director. I have worked for various organizations, including the Kenya Defense Forces, the Kenya Air Force, and also I have worked for various countries, various resorts at Republic of Maldives and Republic of Oman, and also I have worked for established leading five-star hotels in Kenya in the positions of security manager. And also I have done a lot of career development. I've done several kinds of courses. You already know my background. And I hope that during the induction, my fellow directors mentioned to you that we have one of our director who's outside the country, and he will also be participating in these trainings. So I am the one. My name is Mr. Wayne Magani Shikubu. Now, with that brief introduction, I would want to say that I want to first to thank you, congratulate you for taking this step to learn with us and also to develop your career. As far as I'm concerned, I have developed myself from a very humble background to the stage I have reached now, and I am confident that even you, with this first step, it is just the beginning for you. You are going to develop yourself, and definitely you will become an accomplished security officer, an accomplished security supervisor, an accomplished security manager, an accomplished security director. And this is what we need for our republic, and this is what we need for the world. Because in earlier years, security was regarded not as a career. Security was regarded as something that people just ventured into to make a living. But in this age, security is the leading career. Everything begins with security and safety. So in this age, security is very important to everybody. Security is very important to you, even as a security professional, and security is very important in everything that we do. I will then go to our course today, and we are going to talk about CCTV surveillance. We are going to talk about CCTV surveillance, and I know you have done a little bit of introduction into CCTV surveillance during the orientation stage, and I am confident that you understand the simple explanation or the simple definition of CCTV, the simple definition of CCTV systems, the simple aspects of how we use CCTV systems to provide security and safety. In this lesson today, we are going to talk about introduction and evolution of CCTV technology. Introduction and evolution of CCTV technology. We are going to be looking at how everything started and where we are now. And it is very important to remember that as we talk about introduction and evolution of CCTV technology, we shall be talking about how things started from simple systems to the complex systems we have now and where we are moving to. Remember, advancement in technology, advancement in technology, advancement in security requirements, advancement in the threats that we face have also played an important role in the growth and the evolution of CCTV systems and technologies. Now, I'll go back a little bit and do a little bit of definition, and I will simply mention that a CCTV, which is a closed circuit television, is a closed system consisting of video cameras, recording devices, display devices, which are monitors, and wired or wireless data networks that allow transmission of images from video cameras to monitors. CCTV is a closed system consisting of video cameras, recording devices, display devices, which are monitors, and wired or wireless data networks that allow transmission of images from video cameras to monitors. Also known as video surveillance, is the use of video cameras to transmit a signal to a specific place on a limited set of monitors. You as a security professional, you as a CCTV professional, you as a surveillance professional should be able to define in simple terms what is the meaning of CCTV. What is the definition of CCTV? You should also be able to talk a little bit about video surveillance. So I will say at this stage, you as a security professional, the fact that you are in class, you should be able to open your eyes, you should be able to open your mind, and you should be able to simply define what is CCTV or what are CCTV systems. We shall be looking at cameras, we shall be looking at transmission medium, we shall be looking at digital video recorders, we shall be looking at network video recorders, we shall also be looking at monitors, among other issues. These are the things we shall be talking about. We shall talk at length about these things as it relates to evolution of CCTV technologies and video surveillance systems. Now, the growth of CCTV. CCTV is one of the fastest growth areas in security and is often presented as a panacea for crime. Despite CCTV critics, there is consensus that if correctly specified, designed, installed, and operated, it can have a significant impact on deterring deviant behavior and in providing evidence to help solve crimes that have taken place. There are critics of CCTV, and mostly critics of CCTV base their arguments on privacy. They also base their arguments on human rights. We shall talk about these things as we move ahead. However, crime reduction cannot be taken for granted using a CCTV. A 2005 study by the UK Home Office, Gill and Spriggs, concluded that several expensive UK city centre CCTV installations had broadly failed to have an impact on recorded crime. You can see this study established that several broadly installed CCTV systems at particular centres in the UK had failed to have an impact on recorded crime. Take note of that. CCTV can save money. Fishermen, one of the people who are experts in CCTV surveillance systems, CCTV can be installed for a small cost compared to adding security staff to cover its functions. In such cases, CCTV becomes a force multiplier, enabling security officers to have eyes in many different locations at one time. We usually say double eye surveillance, that it enables you as a CCTV surveillance officer to have double eyes in many locations at the same time. I was talking about a fisherman in Fenley. This is a publication that deals with CCTV surveillance. Identifies significant savings in security manpower as one example. Identifies significant savings in security manpower as one example. This is self-explanatory that when we have a CCTV system in place, then it will definitely reduce on the number of physical security requirement, the number of physical officers or physical guards required, because one security officer, one surveillance officer can monitor multiple locations from a centralized CCTV control room, thereby eliminating the need for an additional physical security. CCTV offers the greatest possible benefits when integrated with other sensing systems and used to monitor remote areas. Take note of integrated with other sensing systems. You can note it down. We shall be talking about that also in detail. Integrated, it means in compromising or being installed in conjunction with other systems like intrusion detection systems, like access control systems, like fire safety systems, an aspect of integration. CCTV offers the greatest possible benefits when integrated with other sensing systems and used to monitor remote areas. There are significant enhancements that CCTV can bring to intrusion detection systems in capturing and recording the cause of an alarm and enabling immediate assessment. Also, aside from cost savings and the benefits of integration, another driving force for the explosion of CCTV has been terrorism. CCTV plays a major role in counterterrorism. If you come back to study with us about counterterrorism and national security, then we shall be talking about that. So aside from cost savings and the benefits of integration, another driving force for the explosion of CCTV has been terrorism. And when we talk about terrorism, we are talking about the use of CCTV in counterterrorism. And you, as a CCTV surveillance officer or security officer, you'll play a very major role in using CCTV systems in counterterrorism to monitor suspicious activity, to monitor suspicious people, to report to the force on the ground so that they can actually respond. In this regard, there has been dramatic growth in the area of public space surveillance. Public space surveillance, you have seen in this age, there are quite a number of cameras even on the streets in Nairobi, even on the streets here in the US. You can see there are quite a number of cameras that we are monitoring public spaces. We are monitoring stadiums, we are monitoring business centers, we are monitoring even churches, we are monitoring even shopping malls using CCTV systems. This is coupled with the ability of CCTV to operate across the internet, thus sweeping away the restrictions of CCTV having to operate within a relatively small, physically closed circuit. Privacy concerns by bulky pan tilt zoom cameras, we shall talk about that is PTZ cameras, mounted on high masts are melting away as more discrete wall or ceiling mounted dome cameras are becoming the norm. These are the things we shall be talking about as we go along. And then also we say this takes place at a time when, by virtue of the digital revolution, CCTV is transforming. High definition quality is becoming the norm. Cameras are delivering better performance in low lighting conditions, and computer network backbones are providing greater flexibility for remote monitoring that is both scalable and cost effective. We shall talk about scalability, the aspect that you can add other systems to onto the already existing system to make it even more effective. And then, despite the tendency within the criminology literature to discuss CCTV as if it were a single measure, systems can differ quite markedly. Systems can differ despite the tendency within the criminology literature to discuss CCTV as if it were a single measure. Systems are very wide. Systems can differ in very different aspects. And then cameras can be static, focusing on a single view, or can pan, tilt, and zoom, moved by operators or placed on tours to survey a succession of scenes. They can be fixed permanently, installed in one location, redeployable, moved around power points within an area, or mobile, placed in vehicles and transported to where they are needed, etc. Sorry, I received a call. So cameras can be static, focusing on a single view, or can pan, tilt, and zoom, moved by operators or placed on tours to survey a succession of scenes. They can be fixed permanently, installed in one location, redeployable, moved around power points within an area, or mobile, placed in vehicles and transported to where they are needed. The availability of specialized uses such as number plate and facial recognition has generated yet more potential applications for this flexible technology. I worked at one resort in the Republic of Maldives where we had these redeployable cameras. Once the guest checks out of the room, then we can place the camera, or the villa, we can then place the camera. When we are expecting the next guest to arrive, then we can again now remove the camera. So those are what we call mobile cameras, or redeployable cameras moved around particular areas. Also, we say the basic concept of CCTV. A CCTV system comprises three basic elements. Now, this is very important for you as a CCTV surveillance officer. You must be able to understand this one. What is the basic concept of CCTV? If you are asked even during an interview, what is the basic concept of CCTV? So the basic concept of CCTV is that a CCTV system comprises three basic elements. Number one, image creation. The capture device for the CCTV, usually camera lens combination. So image creation. Number two, interconnections. The data transmission path, which may comprise of cabling, a computer or telephone network, or use of radio waves stroke infrared. So interconnections. And then number three is image processing, including image analysis, multiplexing, storage, and display. At the processing end, data from peripheral devices such as cash registers, alarm inputs, etc. can be added. Take note, CCTV, the basic concept of CCTV system is image creation. I hope you're writing it down. Image creation, interconnections, and image processing. Image processing. Those are the three basic concepts of CCTV systems. Put that one in mind. Three basic concepts of CCTV systems: image creation, interconnections, and then image processing. The traditional CCTV system consists of several analog cameras. When we talk about traditional, we are talking about the start, the beginning, all the older times. Routing video over a dedicated copper or fiber optic communication infrastructure to a control room. The video inputs are switched to monitors by video matrix and recorded on a video cassette recorder or a digital video recorder. Operators use a keyboard to select cameras and monitors, and a joystick to move all the camera. We are going to have a look at this. There are established industry standards so that any combination of camera or matrix and monitor can be interconnected. So the traditional CCTV system consists of several analog cameras routing video over a dedicated copper or fiber optic communications infrastructure to a control room. Just put it in your mind for when you see the camera. Definitely in the traditional systems, there is a cable that is a dedicated fiber optic cable communication infrastructure routing the things from the camera all the way to the control room, where they are interconnected to the DVR, and then they are also now displayed on the monitors. Whereas in a traditional CCTV system, the circuit is closed and all elements are directly connected, usually by cabling. Modern Internet Protocol system, take note of the word IP systems, which are the modern Internet CCTV systems. Modern CCTV systems IP use open computer network architecture, but the circuit is still effectively closed by use of logical controls, gates, switches, routers, and firewalls. We are also going to have a look at those. Grasping the concept of CCTV can be a little difficult. You will need a basic knowledge of electricity, optics, digital technology, computers, and signal transmission. In fact, if you are a CCTV surveillance officer, and if you want to grow in this industry, then you must have a knowledge of electricity, a knowledge of optics, a knowledge of digital technology, and basically a knowledge of computers. So if you don't have a knowledge of computer systems and you want to be a successful CCTV surveillance officer, then it is going to be a challenge for you. You must go back and acquire basic and intermediate knowledge of computer systems and how they work, how networks work, what happens in signal transmissions, and what happens in digital technologies. The simplest system is a camera connected directly to a monitor by a coaxial cable, with the power for the camera being provided from the monitor. This is known as a line-powered camera. A line-powered camera is the simplest CCTV system where a camera is connected directly to a monitor by a coaxial cable, with the power of the camera being provided from the monitor. So take note of line-powered camera. These are some of the oldest, the traditional CCTV systems. Interestingly, our systems embrace a concept known as power over Ethernet, PoE, or power over Ethernet plus, PoE plus. We are turning full cycle and returning to an updated version of this concept. Ethernet and the Internet Protocol are now blurring the boundary between CCTV and computers, giving IT staff a prominent role in the procurement of CCTV systems. If you are planning a new CCTV system and you fail to include IT specialists, you do this at your own disadvantage. So it is simply what I mean to say here is that in modern age, the systems are becoming very, 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 very complex, that you need constant input of IT specialists. You need constant input of IT specialists. Never assume that since you are a CCTV controller, since you are a CCTV surveillance manager, since you are a security manager, you will be able to operate these systems. You will be able to work with these systems without the input of IT specialists. Take note of that. Also, when we come to the functions of CCTV, I'll be very brief here and I'll be very fast because I believe most of you already have this knowledge. When we come to the functions of CCTV, we say that CCTV, or closed circuit television, is a system that allows controllers to keep an eye on what's going on in around facilities or locations. Cameras and monitors enable controllers to view events live, and the recorders archive footage for later reference. Also remember that you can view events live and take action, and also recorders can keep recorded footage for future reference when we talk about investigation. And we shall talk about proactive monitoring and reactive monitoring. Proactive monitoring is when you view events live and take action immediately. Reactive investigation, reactive surveillance, is when you record videos and then at a later stage you play back these videos when we are conducting investigation. Also, we see that the functions of CCTVs are many, and if I mention a few, and I'll give you at least 1 minute just of silence to write those functions, because this is very important. So can you please just write those functions? I'll give you 1 minute. Deterrence, increased efficiency through force multiplication, general surveillance and guardianship, detecting unauthorized activity, routine monitoring of access and asset movement, checking for the presence of personnel, checking for the presence or absence of personnel, the delaying privacy to threats. Please check that one properly. I cannot see clearly from where I am. Tracking adversary movement, logging, evidence collection, among others, facial recognition, access management, alarm assessment, etc. I will ask whoever is conducting this class to maybe pause this video this presentation, so you can write those functions down. Whoever is recording the class, you can pause for a few minutes so that the students can record those functions, because this is the basis of what we shall also be looking at. It is very important to get this correct. So facial recognition, evidence collection, logging events, data runs, alarm assessment, access management, etc. are some of the functions of CCTV systems. We go back to evolution of CCTV technology. CCTV has evolved from tape-based systems through digital video recorder DVR systems and into fully internet protocol IP systems. For those of us who have been in security for a very long time, we started with tape-based systems. Currently, you may not find this is still in existence anywhere in any organization. So it is something that you may need to have a look at. However, the earliest systems were made of tape-based systems. And then then came digital video recorders, DVR systems, and into fully internet protocol system, IP systems. The interconnection and digitization of the world has made this possible, opening up the market to many companies not historically associated with surveillance. Over the years, CCTV technology, ability, and usefulness has evolved. Over the years, CCTV technology, ability, and usefulness has evolved. It has taken many years for this technology to evolve stage by stage, and we are still evolving. The technology is still evolving. We are now going into facial recognition. We are now going into artificial intelligence. We are now going into very advanced systems that we shall also maybe touch on them a little bit as we move along. Earliest documented use of CCTV system. The earliest documented use of CCTV comes from Germany. In the year 1942. Cameras were used to observe the testing of rockets. The components of the system were cameras and monitors. The fundamental use of this early system was simply live monitoring. It is still a major use today, live monitoring. Cameras can be placed where people cannot or do not want to be, whether it be near a rocket or in a sewer pipe. Multiple camera systems also allow one person to monitor an area that will never be possible without them. So, earliest documented use of CCTV, just remember the term Germany, and then rocket testing, and then 1940, 1942, and these were line-powered cameras where we have cameras and monitors. The components were very simple. Cameras, then cable routed direct to a monitor, and it was live monitoring. Recording of video. The next evolution of CCTV came from recording a video. By the early 1980s, take also note of that, 1980s, video cassette recorders, 1980s, video cassette recorders and multiplexers were being used between the camera and monitors. A multiplexer allows for multiple cameras to be seen on one monitor. When we split several cameras on one monitor, you can view 9 cameras, you can view 12 cameras, you can view 16 cameras, you can choose to view 2 cameras. This is made able by the use of a multiplexer. The iconic split screen of 4 cameras is made possible because of the multiplexer. Before it, watching 4 cameras meant using 4 monitors or a switcher that showed only one channel at a time. So in the earlier traditional systems, you were only able to view one camera on one monitor. But using a multiplexer, you are able to split the monitor and view 4 and view 6 and view 9 and view 12 and view 16, even 32 cameras using a single monitor. Video cassette recorder use in CCTV. The video cassette recorder changed the use of CCTV. Now that the video was being recorded, it could be used as evidence of crimes. It also expanded its abilities because now we could archive the video and use it as evidence at a later stage. No longer was someone needed to monitor live video. A system could be installed and then forgotten about. If there was an event, there is now a record, and it can be viewed after the fact. Tapes needed to be changed every day or rewritten. That meant that either the user only had a day at the most of video, or they had to keep a library of video cassette tapes. If there was a crime or event, the tape could be given to the authorities as proof. So you see how these things evolved. When we started now having the VHS tapes, then we could still keep a recorded footage and use later as evidence, mostly during prosecution or investigation of issues. Then we could retrieve the tapes and then play back the video for the investigating officers to see what might have happened and who was the culprit or who was the criminal who committed that particular event. So the video cassette recorder was very important when it came into generation in the early 1980s, so that we could now keep the videos for a longer period and use them as evidence. And then it came the digital age. In the early 2000s, the CCTV industry moved toward the digital age. The video cassette was replaced by the DVR. DVRs made the CCTV system simple. Firstly, with a DVR, the multiplexer is inbuilt. That means there is one piece instead of two. The cameras go straight into the DVR. The second improvement is that the video is stored digitally on a hard drive. No more tapes. The video is recorded internally. Once the hard drive is full, it can start rewriting over itself. The digital age made CCTV systems simple. We don't need to have racks of tapes. The videos are simply archived or saved directly onto the hard drive, which is incorporated inside the DVR. So it made things simple. And then once the hard drive is full, it can start to rewrite over itself. You know, systems keep footages for 14 days according to setup, 28 days or 30 days. Recommendations in most countries is to keep videos for 30 days, which is a very long period anyway. Advanced systems are recommended you keep only videos for 14 days, because after 14 days, you have not investigated on a matter, it is considered to already to start to be out of date. Because also, the storage of these videos, this video storage requires space. Requires storage space, huge storage space. So if you do not keep deleting the videos that you do not need, then the system will collapse. It's just like your mobile phone. If the reason why mobile phones hang, in most cases you cannot use it effectively, it is because you have kept videos and photos and so many things and recordings. You have consumed storage until it is now finished. The phone can even collapse. The phone, you cannot use it. It is hanging because it doesn't have storage. So you need to relieve it. This is storage. You need to delete some of these videos that you do not need to create space so that your system is optimized. Your CCTV system is optimized, or your mobile phone is optimized. And then also, depending on the size of the hard drive, the unit can store days or months of video. The video files are organized, and the user can look for video with a time search feature. Since the format is digital, the video can be downloaded to a DVD or a USB if it is needed to be saved or given to the authorities. We can download the video to USB or DVD if needed to be saved or given to authorities. Now, we are no longer using DVDs. We are using USB drives. We are using other hard drives, other storage media to save this video, to download the video, and to give it to the authorities, mainly law enforcement and those people who deal with the criminal prosecution, lawyers, prosecutors, for the purposes of follow-up and the prosecution of criminals in court of law. Video servers, I'll mention something just here briefly. In current surveillance systems, the DVRs are equipped with an onboard video servers. This allows a viewer to remotely log in through a PC or a smartphone. Depending on the DVR, they can do everything from view live footage or even download recorded video remotely. So that is a little bit about video servers. I also encourage you as a student to note it down and also do research on your own and understand deeper roles of video servers. You know, when we conduct these trainings, we open your eyes. And if you are a good student and if you are to be an effective CCTV surveillance officer, you should take note of these things and you should continue to do research on your own. We just give you a tip of the iceberg and then you deep further and you get to learn more about these things. That is how you develop yourself further. And then also we talk about IP megapixel cameras. First of all, I would like to say, note down that IP stands for Internet Protocol Megapixel Cameras. Internet Protocol. I've come across CCTV surveillance officers. During interviews, you ask them what is the meaning of IP in CCTV surveillance systems, and they cannot be able to explain this one. So IP simply means Internet Protocol Megapixel Cameras. The current cutting edge of CCTV technology is IP megapixel cameras. Functionally, the use of analog camera with DVR systems and IP Internet Protocol video systems is the same. The biggest difference between the two is resolution of the video. Whether a video cassette tape or the digital footage from a DVR, resolution has always been an issue. Resolution means the clarity of the picture or of the video or of the recorded image, the clarity. You can see some olden systems, the clarity is not clear. That if you look at a recorded video, you cannot say what exactly was happening. But with IP protocols systems, you find that the resolution is of high quality. Resolution is of high quality. So also keep in mind the term resolution, which means clarity. Resolution, which means clarity of the video. If the video is very clear, we say it has high resolution. If the video is distorted, not very clear, we say it has got poor resolution. Keep taking note of those two words. And then with IP megapixel cameras, the video is recorded at 5 times or higher resolution than standard analog video. This allows for more detail from the video for evidence, and it allows a single camera to monitor a larger area. In 1996, Axis Communications developed the first Internet Protocol camera. However, they were not standardized until the formation of ONIVIX and PSIA as regulators standardization. So the IP megapixel cameras, the video is recorded at 5 times or higher resolution than standard analog systems. Remember, when we shall look at the cameras, we shall look at analog cameras, we shall also look at digital cameras, we shall look at IP cameras. We are going to look at these things. And then we also look at briefly at uses of CCTV. CCTV is used in the business community, CCTV is used in security agencies, CCTV is used in government agencies. Technology aside, the evolution of CCTV is about the people that use it. From its earliest stage, it was only used by fewer people who could afford it to monitor live video. As it changed, it was used mainly by businesses to record video. Now, because of the advancement to the field and the simplicity of the equipment, CCTV is being used by a wider group of people than ever. Most systems are now being sold to small businesses and homes for the purposes of live monitoring with mobile devices. People can view their cameras from anywhere, and that peace of mind and security is the main attraction. So nowadays you see CCTV systems everywhere. CCTV systems in small businesses, CCTV systems in homes. You can even install a CCTV system in your own home and you can monitor it through your mobile phone, through the internet to see what is happening on your premises. And then we also say we have a look at analog systems. Historically, these analog systems were tape-based with limited functionality. Analog components such as cameras are still used in digital systems. Take note of that. Hybrid. Old analog systems were labor-intensive, requiring someone to switch tapes, clean recording heads, and perform scheduled maintenance. Large physical storage space was required, and recording quality and tape degradation was frequent problems. Digital proprietary DVR based. Good solution for small scale systems, but expandability often limited and tied into proprietary hardware. In such systems, it is usually only the processing and storage end of the operation that is truly digital. The front end camera is often analog. So this is a mix of analog and digital. DVRs are generally just digital components in what is still essentially an analog solution. The video cassette recorder and multiplexer may be replaced by a DVR. The copper cable may be replaced by a network cable, and the video monitor and control panel may be replaced by a PC, but the central video switching and control, if any, is still usually an analog matrix and control system. So when we talk of digital proprietary DVR, it's a mix of analog and digital system. We say the camera is essentially still digital, analog, but the main processing system is now what is digital. Okay. And then degradation of quality. Since the images are digital, there is no degradation of quality over time. However, many DVR systems do not store the vast amounts of video that vendors may infer, especially if the requirement is to record videos of a reasonably frame rate and good quality. There have been many cases where systems intended for 14-day storage have found to have less than adequate recording capability after purchase. Those are some of the things you look into when you are purchasing these systems. And then we now come to fully digital IP-based systems. Digital IP-based, unlike traditional analog system, IP CCTV uses standard IP network switching and recording routing technology to manage the connection of live or recorded video sources to one or more destinations, resulting in a virtual matrix. Image transmission is usually by Ethernet, cables to network video recorders, network attached storage NAS devices, or even higher capacity of drives within the CCTV server itself, also known as direct attached storage. These storage options have a huge storage capability, and with the advent of the cloud, virtually unlimited. Remember, there is the advent in this age of the cloud storage, that you can store your videos in the cloud. Those are the things that we are also going to be talking about as we move ahead in this course. Then we say IP-based viewing. IP-based systems allow video to be viewed anywhere across the network. Remember, analog-based systems do not allow video to be viewed across the network anywhere. But IP-based systems allow video to be viewed anywhere across the network and beyond by anybody who has authority. Videos can be accessed using a multitude of personal devices, for example, smartphones and tablets. It is easy to add storage space to NVR and direct attached storage, and multiple users can view images simultaneously. You are in Uganda, I am in South Africa, you are in the United States, I am in the UK, but we can still using this technology of IP-based. If only we have authority, we can view the footage. We can view the footage. As a security professional now, think about hacking the systems, which means anybody can hack the system and still view the footage from a remote location without your knowledge. Types of CCTV surveillance. Types of CCTV surveillance. Please write something down here. Types of CCTV surveillance. Permanent surveillance, installed for long-term surveillance, like in building and street. Temporary surveillance, installed for short-term, limited duration, e.g. CCTV training, class practical demonstrating new CCTV equipment to potential buyers, etc. We are going to do temporary surveillance in the class when you do the practicals. Mobile surveillance installed on object in motion, e.g. police patrol cars, drone, and surveillance van. And then we have covert surveillance, hidden or disguised for collection and the gathering of evidence, e.g. nanny cameras, sunglasses, wall clock, etc. This is covert. Covert is secret monitoring, hidden cameras. And then we have integrated systems surveillance. CCTV operates alongside other technologies like access control, automatic number plate recognition systems, and face recognition, etc. We are talking of permanent surveillance, temporary surveillance, mobile surveillance, covert surveillance, integrated surveillance. So we are talking of permanent surveillance, temporary surveillance, mobile surveillance, covert surveillance, and integrated, not covert and integrated surveillance. Those are the types of CCTV surveillance. Then in this age also, as the technology grows, remember we are talking about the evolution of CCTV technology. We have reached a stage where we have what we call video analytics. Video analytics software is often referred to as automated video surveillance, intelligent video, smart video, or video motion detection. The capabilities of video analytics are very beneficial within a CCTV system. Video analytics uses computer algorithms to monitor real-time video captured by CCTV cameras to enhance security surveillance of people, vehicles, objects, and their associated behaviors within a camera's view. Video analytics can help organizations become more efficient by automating part of the monitoring process and averting the time-consuming and tedious process of reviewing extensive quantities of stored video. Using video analytics, you can easily pick up an issue that happened and you can easily conduct playback as compared to time consumed in looking for the footage, looking for the video. Video analytics is the modern technology in CCTV surveillance, and this is where we are now moving. Apart from video analytics systems can be used to identify suspicious activity in airports, train stations, seaports, or any other high traffic areas. A common application of video analytics is constant monitoring of surveillance video to provide an alert to security officers on events such as unauthorized intrusion in progress or a suspicious individual loitering in the parking lot. Some video analytics systems include license plate recognition, which provides law enforcement and the security personnel with an automated tool to identify vehicles from the information on their license plates. Analytic applications also include traffic and toll booth monitoring, facility and border surveillance, building and parking lot security, and identifying vehicles of interest. You see, video analytics plays a very, very important role in CCTV surveillance systems in this age. And then system integration. We talk a little bit about system. As it relates to evolution, we also talk about system integration in this age, where we say the complexity and sheer number of components, software applications, inputs, outputs, transmission, infrastructure, processing and storage devices, and customized settings of CCTV systems provide a wide range of possible configurations to meet an organization's requirements. Integrating CCTV components requires thoughtful planning when new elements are brought online to achieve new capabilities or improve infrastructure. We also say organizations benefit from system integration by removing store piped systems and their associated operations and maintenance costs. Integration also improve data communications among complementary systems as well as efficiency. The training requirements alone to ensure operators understand all the features or functions of a non-interoperable systems would be overwhelming. You see where we are moving. We are moving into a stage where it is not just about sitting in the control room and monitoring a camera, streaming images at the main gate, or streaming images on the corridor or the perimeter fence. We are talking about integration of systems, where you as a CCTV surveillance, you must reach a level, a stage where you can use the system to monitor fire safety systems, to monitor intrusion detection systems, to monitor access management systems, among others. This is what we call integration, and this is what we call advancement in technology as it pertains to revolution and growth of CCTV systems. Alternatively, greater uniformity and interoperability among devices and communications architecture improves an organization's ability to maintain a CCTV system. Organizations focused on implementing integrated solutions will likely have fewer instances of compatibility issues and system failures. System approach. Organizations should strive to have all security systems and their subsystems linked together to ensure the system's components work together as a whole. Achieving system integration is both conceptual and a logistical challenge. The figure below illustrates the many different layers involved in integrated security systems. Or you can see from afar how system integration works. That CCTV can be integrated to other systems across the organization. I hope you can see the figure a little bit clearly on your screens as compared to me, because to me they are now very little, I cannot see clearly, but you can see there is lighting, there is access control, there is alarm assessment, there is a perimeter intrusion systems, there is even a access management linked to biometric systems, etc. This is what we call system integration. So for you to reach this level as a CCTV surveillance officer, my dear friend, you have to work very hard. You have to study, you have to develop yourself until you are in a position where you can sit in the control room and manage an integrated CCTV surveillance system. CCTV system has evolved from the simple line-powered camera now to where we are now. We have talked about video analytics. We have again spoken about integration of systems. This evolvement and the growth in technology continues. It is non-stopping. It is continuing to evolve. We are now continuing to integrate even AI, artificial intelligence systems in CCTV surveillance systems. You go to airports now, you go to critical facilities, critical national infrastructure facilities like the Department of Defense headquarters. You go to the police headquarters. You go to the CID headquarters along Kiambu Road. You will find integration of systems at play. That the surveillance officers who are well trained, who are well advanced, can use these systems to do a multiple of work and to capture a multiple of events at once. We have briefly discuss the evolution of CCTV systems. I hope you have learned something from this presentation. And what I want you to remember, there are three concepts of CCTV system: image creation, interconnections, and image processing. And then we have also seen the evolution started in 1942 in Germany when they were testing rockets. And then in 1980s, we had the incoming of the DVR. And then in latest in beyond the year 2000, we have now the fully IP protocol systems. This is the evolution step by step of CCTV surveillance system up to where we are now. And I can say the systems are continuing to evolve. The systems are continuing to grow because of advancement in technology. Thank you very much for listening to me. My name is Wayne. I will come back to you with another lesson about types of cameras in a short while. Thank you very much, and I wish you the best of everything. Bye-bye.